We're back
Oi.
again.
Back again in the
again.
stew.
He's saying
Episode 64.
64.
Back
keeping,
again with your favourite bunch.
Keeping them coming.
Yeah, we love it.
Yeah,
We
man.
love it. How you been?
I've been alright, man. Tired, fam. Tired, man. I'm gonna sleep and then I've got work at like 3 in.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
Tomorrow. That's
Well,
mad.
not work, but I have to get up about. Actually, no, I have to get up about 2, fam.
Yeah.
Because I've got to go in a little bit earlier. Someone literally just told me, so.
That's mad.
Yeah, it's crazy, fam. Well, that's why I'm trying to get out of
Boss,
this rat race, innit? Just trying to,
Yeah, just trying to get out of the Babylonian system, man. Like, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Talking about getting out of the Babylonian system and the things that are like freaking taking over.
Yeah.
AI.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's been a lot of chat about AI recently and what it can do, what it can't do. Should we be scared? I think we should. But there's so many different angles of it. I think a lot of creatives are feeling really put out because, AI is creating these masterpieces almost. It's able to kind of put together all these different sort of images and everything to take out the need for a human to have their sort of input. Now, I don't think it can. I might have to eat my own words, but like, I don't know if it can completely take over, in the sense that there's something that human interaction just adds.
Yeah.
Towards things until AI and all the technology figures out what it is that adds to the thing that the human, when you can tell that a robot or like, even to this day, like, even though the AI stuff is very good, like the output it comes out with, you can still very much tell that it's AI.
Yeah, there's not that human element.
That human touch to things, almost like a woman's touch when she moves into the house and you find that she's putting up this and that.
Yeah.
Like, wow, that's nice. I wouldn't have thought about that, but you did. So those sort of things. But a lot of people were getting on to the fact that there was this AI program that was recreating Kanye West vocals. So you could literally like record your own vocals, as long as you were rapping in a style of like how Kanye West sort of raps. Yeah,
then you can just
it just shifts they had a Drake one as well.
Yeah,
and a Drake one, so people were like recreating songs and then just putting Drake's voice over it. And then
question: Are you excited by that? Not like the capabilities of AI. Are you excited by it or scared?
I think I'm excited by what it can do, but when you hearing that, like Elon Musk and all, Alphabet, who are basically like the global brand for Google, like when you're hearing all these big companies come out and sort of say that, I'm a bit scared, like we're all skeptical. We're kind of leading the race in creating these sort of programs. But just like AI with everything, when you watch, what was that show, The Social Experiment?
Social
Netflix
Experiment,
a couple years ago. The fact that AI isn't something that us humans have control over. After a while, it takes on a life of its own. Eventually. So it's kind of like,
miss me of all of that.
You know what I mean? Like, when do you get to the point where it's kind of enough is enough?
Because you see what it's doing now. Like when you're talking about like with Kanye West vocals and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
why do we want AI?
Well, this is the thing, because so what I feel it is with society, we're always looking for ways to make what we're doing now easier. Yeah, so convenience. We're happy to why sit down and edit when we've got I don't know, AI. I can't remember. Is it vid AI or something like that? That can just do it for us. So we now, because we're not spending all that time doing that, we can now put it to other things or do something else.
But then for me, I feel like once you give something over to AI, it's no longer yours.
It isn't. But again, people love convenience.
People from a certain background love convenience, because there's some people in the world that don't have AI and they're as happy as Larry and they're living a good life.
Yeah, but if you gave them AI, they wouldn't say no.
If you presented the opportunity that it would be easier for them to not have to do something.
I don't know. I think it depends on what generation you're from.
I don't know.
Do you know why? Because there's some people that, like when people see the convenience of AI, they like it. But when they feel that it starts taking away their convenience, they don't. Because there's some people, like, for example, maybe granddad's age or maybe some of our parents' ages. I would say maybe grandparents' age. They don't like using banks.
Yeah. But
they prefer to stack their cash because they know where it is. They say, I know that you can get interest and whatever, but I prefer to keep my money where I know
it's true. But that's most of the time that happens with a lot of the older generation. By that time, it's too late. We're already 2 generations past now. Do you know what I mean? And then that's probably going to be us reacting to something when we're in our 60s or 70s plus.
It's funny because I was talking to my missus about our daughter and that, and we were saying how babies or kids are basically born into screens now. Like, so it was like, are we gonna limit her screen time, or are we gonna like introduce her to technology from young? And I was like, I think we should introduce her to it, because at the end of the day, she's gonna need it to be able to function in society.
Her world's gonna be
when she gets older. Her world's gonna be completely different to us. Do you know what I mean? But I think there's still an element of old school that we have to implement.
100%.
But what I feel like it's gonna be very hard though is because it's like similar with AI stuff, like ChatGPT, whatever it is,
GPT.
And all the other AI programs. It's like, yes, we can sit here and say that we can see the harm that it can do for society, but if you don't kind of get on the bandwagon, you will get left behind. Do you know what I mean? With your daughter, if just imagine like you decide to go full old school, like how you were brought up, she would be put at a disadvantage.
Yeah, that's why I said,
do you know what I mean?
We should do it, but at the same time, she still needs that balance of old school, because she needs to be able to look after herself. Do you know what I mean? Like, I've realized as well, and it's actually a shame that a lot of people that are our age and a bit younger don't know how to look after themselves. I.e., basic cooking. People think they can cook, but they can't. When I say cook, I mean like meals, home cooked meals, not just pasta, or freezer food or whatever, like home cooked meals. Do you know what I mean? How to clean, just basic hygiene, cleanliness. Change your sheets every week. Do you know what I mean?
And they're very overwhelmed by it.
Do you know what I mean? Or clean the bathroom, take the bins out. Personal hygiene. A lot of people are not doing it. You know what I'm saying? So there's that, but I just feel like, personally, I feel like AI is a farce. I just feel like it's all crazy, because the reality of things is, if you want to go a bit deeper and maybe touch the slight beginning of a rabbit hole, no one really has to work. There's enough resources on this earth for everyone to live a good life. It's true. What's happening is that there's some people at the top that are controlling everything and making people believe that you have to work to earn money in order to live a certain type of life.
Do you get what I'm saying? But I feel like,
and because when people work, it's making them richer.
Of course. I feel like in saying that, sometimes I do get it, because it's like some people have to like war. Sometimes I used to think to myself, why do people want war? Like, why? But it obviously it makes other people rich, because when you get war, you got some people who are worse off from war. So then it then creates a chain of like demand and the need to, but I'm gonna need to supply you with something now because you need resources.
That's,
do you know what I mean?
What do you call it? Is that Marxist? I forgot the name of that. I don't wanna mention names because I don't actually remember the definitions of it. But I just know that that's something that you can do, But that's because of the brainwashing that we've been given. Because the reality is everyone can live in peace and have a happy life.
Do you think everything would run run peacefully if everything was equal?
If there was no currency or no way of deciding somebody's wealth, for example, I had a question for you, If there was no money in the world and no one had to be paid anything, you just do a job just for your daily routine, like it's just your profession. Like, for example, you have a baker because he loves baking, but you supply bread to everyone. You don't get paid for it because you don't need to pay for anything. You get everything for free. What profession would you do? What would you do in life?
That's interesting.
I don't know.
But
probably wouldn't do anything.
I don't want to add semantics to it, Dan, though, but people like wealth wealth was established by people even just trading. Like, I have 5 sheep, you have 2.
Yeah.
Where does that come from?
I feel like if there's no currency, you'll make your own currency.
No, I used to think that, but I feel like if everybody has what they need, obviously you're gonna get characters and people have the natural nature of just greed.
Yeah, like
so they're gonna want
more power.
But in the ideal world, if we didn't have that sort of, let's say, spirit of greed, and anger or the need to want to control people for the sake of power, people could live in peace. You know,
what would
they're making us pay for food, which is natural. It grows from the earth, but they're making us pay for it. They're making us pay for resources to build houses and everything, but it grows here on the earth. We're here on the earth. What gives people the power to own everything on earth? Do you get what I'm saying?
I get it, but I don't think it's that though, because I feel like just naturally, if we all had the same thing, and say I've just I don't know, for whatever reason, I feel like I might want. Say I want Sky. Say I want Sky, and I don't have Sky, but then I know Dan does. So in order for me to get Sky, I need to give him something.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying. Like,
so then it just naturally goes like that.
Because that's a supply and demand. Because somebody's made something.
Yeah,
that
you're
you
saying
want.
if we all had Sky.
Yeah, because somebody's made something that you want. So what they're doing is they're selling it to you. But what if there was no currency, nothing to sell or trade?
Like everyone
Things
has
was
everything.
just there.
Yeah.
Because the reality is, the reason why I say we're forced into working is because without working, you can't earn a certain amount of money. And without money, you can't live.
Yeah.
That's how they've made it.
But what about the value that we put into something?
But this is what I'm saying. It's like without, what I'm trying to say is, if everything, like, you don't want to work. The reality is nobody wants to work. But we're being forced to work, and we're making so much money for these higher ups, these huge brands and whatever, because they've seen the gap.
Yeah,
they're exploiting us.
Yeah,
and they're saying, in order for you, if you want this, in order for you to get it, you have to do this at minimum wage, and we're gonna control all of the wealth up here, and you're gonna have this little bit of wealth here, and you're all gonna fight for it like a rat race.
Yeah.
If that got taken out the window, if that got blown out the sky, no Rothschild, no powerful families of the world, no Illuminati, none of these governments and stuff like that. Maybe a government to just keep order or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah.
But no, like, currency, or you have to work or do this.
What
There'd
job
be a lot
would
more.
do?
But
And what job?
What job would you do? What would you
saying, but then what?
Yeah, but what would you do?
But the fact that you said a government to just keep it in order from time when you put that in.
All right. So if we just take it on the basis of what job would you do, if it was all peaceful and everyone did not have a problem with anything, and you didn't have to buy anything.
I wouldn't do anything.
I don't think you'd do anything. See, I was thinking the same thing. I think the one thing I'd do, because I'd love to get into, like, not do a 9 to 5 and then do property, but if buying and selling property is not a thing, because you don't have to buy and sell anything. If it was just I think I'd be like a tour guide or something, you know. I'd be like one of them tour guys that, like, just travels around because I like seeing different things in the world. So I wouldn't mind traveling around and then just showing people things that they've not seen before, because you go down to a certain beach that you need to get through this private access to get there, or blah, blah, blah. I think I'd just go live by seeing stuff and then showing people that sort of stuff. I don't think I'd do anything. I don't think I would be like a barber, for example, because I think I'd get tired. I'd enjoy the cutting the hair and getting like, you know, someone's trim shape, but then after a while doing all of that all day.
Maybe that tour guide thing as well, you'd probably have to change it up as well, because imagine showing someone the same volcano every time.
Yeah, it would have to be one of them things I show a couple people and then I move on to the next thing.
But I'm saying, I feel like you guys have to really think about this question.
I don't know what I would do,
and this is the thing, it's like when you actually have freedom now, it's like, what would you do with your time? See, for me now, I enjoy people. I enjoy feeding people. So I enjoy, like, I would either be a cook, you know, so if no one, like, everyone's free now. So every day I'll go down to the beach, I'm doing barbecue. Come down to Dan's barbecue and I'm going to do out the jerk chicken, I'm going to do out whatever you need, you know what I mean? I'm going to do out these things and juice and punch, and we're all going to have a great time. Do you get what I'm saying? I'll probably be one of those people. Or I might be a barber because I enjoy sitting down, talking to people, cutting people's hair, making sure I made someone feel good. Do you know what I mean? And then I'm learning about them. How's life today? Oh, okay. You're not talking about money problems because you don't have that problem. Oh, so you have an issue with your wife. Okay, let's talk about it. Do you know what I mean? Oh, your son's being like this. Okay, no worries. Your son's not sure what he wants to do. Tell him to come over. Do you know what I mean?
But when you're doing that though, because there's none of this like money or anything like that, that doesn't stop from another 100 people doing that in your same area. So therefore, I'm just kind of thinking, what would be the need for someone to come and do that if they're also, because people go to the barbers for something, whether it be a trim or just the social aspect of it.
Yeah, but it's relations, because when you think about it, how many barber shops are in the same area anyway?
What do you mean?
You said if there was no need for money and whatever, there'll be so many people doing barbering anyway.
Yeah, but I'm saying
it's
like
the same thing now.
The people that you would get like your people that you want to cook for and that. People go somewhere because they want something.
But if they might just enjoy it. Like when you was younger and you went youth centre, did you go there because you got anything? No, you enjoyed the company there.
Exactly, I want the company.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
But that's why I'm saying that you want something. It's not always like materialistic or anything. There's always something you want, and it's not a selfish thing. It's just like
I don't think that kind of want ties up with the kind of want for money.
I don't. Yeah,
because we're all friends. Like that's what I'm trying to say though. Like if you keep going back somewhere, it's because you're building the community, you're building relationships. That's not necessarily a bad want or a want that will make you do bad things. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's like you're relating with people, and the more people that come, you just relate with those other people. Yeah. Some people might just decide they want to travel. Do you get what I'm saying? It's free, so I'm going to travel everywhere.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go, you're my barber when I'm here. So every time I'm here, I'm going to come here for my food. I'm going to come here for my barber. I'm going to relate with everyone here. Because there's going to be, believe it or not, there's going to be some people that just don't really want to travel. They're just going to want to stay where they are and live their life peacefully. Some people are going to want to travel. So they say, okay, I'm going to stay here. When I go to Liverpool, that's my barber when it's over there. If I want to go to the Caribbean and I know the plane's free or whatever, and I go there. Do you get what I'm saying? You know?
It's interesting because you said that, because I remember in my last job when I was working, like I was meant to be doing a 9 to 5, but it ended up being like a 9 to like sometimes 8, just because of the extra work I was sometimes doing to try to make a dent. And then I switched jobs to the point now where a lot of the time, some of my days are quite free once I've gotten all my work done. Even if I do even if you just want to take the 9 to 5, once I finish at 5, I got to a point where I didn't know what to do with myself between 5 and 10. Yeah. Between 5 p.m. and 10 p.m, I was kind of like, I felt a little bit lost almost. And then I used to sit there and think to myself, wow, because we know people in our lives sometimes. You've got friends or school friends or people got different circumstances going on. But some people have more free time than others because they're not maybe doing a 9 to 5. They're not doing this, trying to figure it out. And then sometimes you just sit there and think to myself, right, like, to your question, what would I do? What would I do? And sometimes I'm like, I don't know if I'd do anything. Yeah. Per se. Yeah. Barber's a good idea. Sick idea.
But then, because
I'm just like, if I had all that free time, I'd probably read more and just kind of.
No, but this is what I'm saying.
Alright, so like in what I'm doing with like property, obviously I work full time, so property is the side thing at the moment, and I want to strive to be full time property. But then sometimes when I look at the difference between myself and people like me in the game, and then the other people that are full time in it, they always kind of say that, Rob, when I went full time, I kind of didn't utilize the free time that I had, because it's almost like they're so free with it. Do you know what I mean?
You got to organize
now,
yourself.
like at the moment, I have to be like, all right, cool. Now I've got to go work. Then I've got to do the pod. Then I've got my time to do the property stuff. I have to structure it. But then because my want is to have more free time in order to do the property stuff.
You've got less free time right now.
Yeah. Like with the ones who are full time, it's almost like they've got so much freedom that they almost don't utilize it. They just wake up whenever they want. They do. Yeah.
There's a name for that. It's a classic case of I guess, how would I describe it? Being careful what you wish for, because you being a busy person might want free time. You don't understand what comes with free time.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Loneliness.
Someone being a single person might want marriage, but they don't understand what comes with marriage. Do you get what I'm saying? So sometimes you don't understand someone's situation until you're in it.
Yeah.
So it's I guess you just have to make the best of your own situation.
Our perceptions are so key.
Do you get what I'm saying?
You're right down because you know, just even that marriage example, some people think that, you know, marriage is the end rather than the start of something, and the start of, you know, the rest of your married life, and then what it takes to be married. They think it's the end goal, and then they don't work on it, and then 50% of marriages are failing in the first year, and blah blah blah.
That's because people don't really envisage themselves living with that person for the rest of their life. It's a big thing,
and they don't. I think they just don't understand the whole, the commitment,
how it works. People don't talk. People don't communicate.
Do you know what? I think me and my missus were talking about this the other day, that we get. I said it before, that we get quite vexed when we speak of the devil.
Oh, she's a devil, is she?
in a red dress. We was talking about you know, just being vexed because we're working very hard in what we're doing, and sometimes we're working so hard that you just want to see the fruits of your labor.
Yeah.
And we get very upset that sometimes we might not be exactly where we want to be. We're not making millions of pounds, living where we want to live, driving what we want to drive and stuff like that. But then I saw a reel that came through that said pretty much like, don't watch what anyone else is doing because everyone's on their own path. And me or us thinking that we're only on stage 3 out of 100, we're only thinking there's 100 steps because we've seen someone else do it.
Yeah.
But we're never following that person, because to follow someone means that we're following them on the same trail as them.
Yeah.
But everyone's doing their own different trail. Do you know what I mean? So when there might be a point where we're literally behind someone, but then 5 minutes later, they're going to be on their own separate path. We're going to be on our own separate path. So where I was kind of going with this was that more, I don't know, when you strip back take away everyone's opinions or perceptions of what life is supposed to be and whatever, and just look where you are, as it's like solitary, like it's crazy. You just think that's when you start to then appreciate all that you have or all that you're doing. Do you know what I mean? It's easy to kind of, especially in this social media world and this generation, it's easy to look like, you're supposed to be doing this, you're supposed to be doing that. But when you take away all of that, you don't look at what anyone else is doing, and it's easier said than done. But when you're not looking at what anyone else is doing, you start to realize that, right, I'm actually doing bits. Like my dad was talking to some lady who was, I think it was around my age, and she was like, "Oh, woe is me, this and that." But then, and I'm not like blowing my own trumpet or anything like that.
No,
but
blow your trumpet, bro. You're doing well. You're doing well.
Yeah, but thank you. But then when he said to the woman, my son's doing this, so he's doing property, he works full time, he's a landlord, he does
proud dad,
he does all this stuff, and all of a sudden the girl was like, right, what, he does all that? And then when he told me that, I know he told me that for a reason as well, because I'm very in my thoughts sometimes.
Yeah, of course.
And when he started saying that, I was like, right, is that me?
Yeah. You have to have someone else sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you know what it is? It's more so a case of you stepping back and being in the moment, understanding what it is you're doing. Because I have to do that sometimes. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, you have to pause for a sec and just understand what it is you're doing and why you're doing it. And realize the end goal, and realize that, you know what, I'm doing a lot right now. Do you get what I'm saying? Because it's easy to get lost in it. It's easy to just...
I'm lost at the moment.
Bro, I understand. Everything's all like hazy. And you're just, you know, when on Call of Duty, someone throws a flashback. You're just like, you know what I mean? Stung is just like, bro.
Like, a high pitch ringing.
It's like that. But you keep pushing through. And
let's give yourself some credit, man, because realistically, think about the last 20 years, 30 years for humans in general, and how we've had to deal with this influx of like social media and then seeing what other people are doing and then thinking that they're further along the line than we are because they've got, it looks like they're flashing this X amount of money, and that. Like, we've been we've been exposed to so much, and a lot of things that aren't even always real. Sometimes the money you're seeing on Insta isn't real notes. You buy them. You just buy them, like, you know, buy them off Amazon.
It's
you
true.
know, so just all of these different perceptions, but it's very easy when you're seeing 10 of the same thing, thinking like at one, you can see 1 or 2 things and you think, nah, that must be fake. Fake. And like, you know, and then you see it 8 more times and you're like, I'm not doing enough. And that's when that seed of doubt.
Because I saw someone said, what did they say? They said, if you look at the lifestyle that people are claiming to be living on social media, there's no way that they could keep this up. Like, there's no way that they could be doing this over and over.
That's why it's important to look around and keep
Mm.
yourself grounded. I tell my little brother this all the time, and I even had to tell my missus not too long ago, because we were having this huge discussion. Like, me, her, and a couple of her friends, like, they were saying, they were buying into the echo chamber on Twitter, saying, you know, I'm gonna segue a bit, saying, we don't see enough black couples, and black men always are going for a different race of woman, or, you know, black men don't like black women, and blah blah blah, and exercise, and black women have it hard, and all the trimmings. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know how it goes. Do you know what I'm saying? But I said to stop. I said, you're buying into Twitter, you're buying into Instagram, you're buying into social media. I said, if you pause and look around, look at your friends who's around, who's been married in the last couple of years. She named them. I said, are they black couples? She said yes. I said, when you look at your family, who's together, right? Your sisters with this, okay. Your uncles with the, what are they? Are they an interracial couple, or are they black couples? She said, they're black couples. I said, slow your roll then. Because I said, when you look at it for what it really is, it's in your face more. But because somebody's projecting their idea and their voice and whatever, it can convince you that it's not like that. You get where I'm coming from? And when the more you look at social media and you see people's lifestyles, and you see, quote unquote, the freedom they have and what they can do from what they can't do, you start to convince yourself that you're not close to it.
Exactly.
So you're doing a lot.
Exactly.
And when your breakthrough comes, your breakthrough will be realer than what their breakthrough is.
Because it's for you.
It's for you, and you're not documenting everything on social media because you're too busy doing the work.
100%.
You see where I'm coming from?
And then the other thing is that, you know, someone's lifestyle can look good, but if they're bringing in, say they're bringing in 200 grand a month, but their outgoings are 190 grand or 195 grand, and they're only living off 5 grand a month,
they're not showing you that part.
You know, and don't get me wrong, and someone might be like, right, like 5 grand a month and everything else is looked after, and I've got 5 grand to myself. Cool, that's great. It's great for you, but like, everyone's life is different. Don't think that you know, this person's
100%.
I saw someone say the other day on Twitter that 85k is not well off. It's not rich.
Did you see it?
Did you see it on Twitter? I said, what are you not talking about?
And there's some people out there that will be like, yeah, you know what? Yeah, you're right. And then that's where they start to feed that into other people in their immediate circle. And that becomes a general consensus that 85k is an average wage, or
give me 85k.
I'll just say that you lot have never lived real life. You've never paid a council tax bill in your life. You've never paid a water bill, electric bill.
You've never been happy when that.
Do you know what I mean?
Never
paid a gas. You get what I'm saying? You've never paid nothing like that before in your life. Because for me, on your own in London, you can still do a flat share on 85k and have a good life.
100%.
You can even have enough to save every month if you're patient.
Oh my god!
Do you get what I'm saying? If you're in a couple,
you can live in like Paddington on 85k.
You can split. If you're with her in a couple, you split everything. There's more money for the both of you. Do you get what I'm saying? But 85k is not no joke. It puts you in the top 5% earners in the country.
100%.
That's mad.
But people, I don't know.
Well, this is something else I saw on TikTok actually. But the average, I think it's average 30-year-old or 32-year-old has, I think it's 3.8k in their bank account and savings. The average homeowner is 32 years old in the UK.
That's mad.
That's mad.
So all of these sort of things, so sometimes we sit there and we think to ourselves, I ain't got, I ain't got that much savings.
But then UK is very different to just London alone. We're in London, and the echo chamber is crazy.
It's bigger, but you know, but I think if the last couple of years haven't taught us this, then I don't know what else will. But you know, we have to. Unfortunately, we've had to been forced to actually have to look outside of London to think that that we can have I was about to say a better quality, but they're not making things easy for us where we are currently.
I feel like London's going to turn into just a commuter.
It's going to become one of them things where it's so expensive to live in it, even if you're living in like Greater London. It's going to be so expensive to live in there that you're just kind of like, what's the point?
Yeah, what's the actual point?
What's the point? I can't afford to. You know, look how many apartments and stuff are across central London.
Yeah,
and there's no one living in them.
Yeah.
They're just ways for certain places, whether you got people from certain parts of Asia or Eastern Europe, or all other places around the world. I don't want to put one particular place. But you know, they're just buying things, and it's making it harder for everyone else to get something. You know, nothing's being geared towards us. But I just wanted to go quickly back to the AI thing.
Quickly, is that segued mad.
I know. I was gonna say that there, as much as I see there's some scary stuff to it, I think the benefit to it is that I did see something about AI predicted a woman having cancer prior to the doctors being able to kind of really diagnose it properly. The AI was correct, like down to the T of everything else. So I think it has got some benefits to it. But that's just like everything. With great power comes great responsibility.
Like, we're gonna get to that point, and I was saying this because I was speaking with the South of the River guys, and we're getting to that point where we're going to rely on technology so much that we're not going to know how to do the basic functions. Do you know what I mean? And someone actually mentioned that, when's the last time you've had to write? Like, actually like write properly. A lot of people nowadays, you put things in your notes or you're tapping on your laptop or you're doing...
And that's something that you don't write. Yeah, because even in my job now, because my job's it's legal, but it's tech.
Yeah.
So everyone's very used to writing on their computers or writing that note down. I think I'm the only one in my team that actually still brings a little notepad.
Oh, swear down.
Yeah, even during the meetings, I'm like scribbling something down.
What's your handwriting like though?
My handwriting's pretty good actually.
But
my handwriting's always been quite good.
Yeah, fair.
But mine's is neat.
Yeah,
my handwriting's
neat. Yeah,
I love it on the page when it looks all.
I think if I've got time, then I can do a thing. But sometimes I'm writing. Though. I'm just like, doctors know.
Doctors writing, innit?
Yeah.
Sometimes I do scribble. But I think AI has got. It's going to be really interesting to see what's sort of popping up and what they're going to use it towards. I actually went on to ChatGPT and signed up to the thing. Yeah. And then I wrote in it write me a dissertation.
Is it free?
Yeah, you can sign up and it's free to kind of just use to type. The only problem is obviously people were using it for essays, and then someone's created a thing for universities and schools to now tell if you've used it because it draws obviously information from the data from the actual internet. So there's it's not original work. So but I told it write me a dissertation and it was nuts.
That's so mad. I just thought
it gives you starting points anyway. That's what some people use it for. That
it's really just
stuff about property and it could be tell me how to start doing service accommodation on Airbnb.
Josh did that. He wrote something in it, wrote a prompt, and it literally just told him basically the business model that I'm doing, and it literally just wrote it out for him step by step.
What's that?
This. Like he said something, I can't remember exactly what he said. Something about in property, showing me how to make a mill of property without owning or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it was, and it just wrote everything step by step. And it's like, I don't know, it's scary, bro. It's scary, man.
Look, I'm not really interested into the AI thing too tough, fam. You soon see me off grid, fam. On one fun.
That's gonna be like Andre 3000. You know, just man's got his Mayan flute.
He's
just chilling. He's just chilling, man, outside certain shops. In the park,
he just chills,
just
chilling,
he's just Andre 3000. Yeah, bro. He's just around, just now with his flute, just walking around, just playing his flute, man.
You don't care, fam. Man. But man, I think we come to that was a good little light.
Man, just look, it's an easy breezy,
easy rider,
easy one, man. But man, you come to the end of episode 64. Been here with man like Shores.
Man like Aaron.
Man like DCB.
AKA
Chargy D.
AKA
Angle Man. done.
Jeez. Also, just let us know if whether you think what's AI is good for society or bad.
Yeah. What's your take on it?
What's your take on it? Yeah,
it's all new to us all, so it'd be interesting to see what people think. Or if they know some more, tell us.
Tell us, man. Yeah. All right, peace
out.
Bye.